Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Neither of us are wearing the bright orange this morning. I've got my 50th anniversary, and is that a sweep-a-thon or what's that?
Clean-a-thon.
Oh, the clean-a-thon.
My first Wiki3 t-shirt.
Your very first one. Nice. And it's still pretty clean too.
Yeah, it's
That's
white.
Amazing. It's white. Yeah.
Well, I mostly use I take extra care of the Wiki3 shirts, so I use them just for the hangouts.
Wow. Well, that's good. Yeah. I don't know if many of my white t-shirts are that white anymore, I'm afraid, but I actually did do some organizing of my closet, and I have 8 different Wiki3 things. They're not all t-shirts, but I have 8 different Wiki3 tops, but I have 16, somewhere between 16 and 20 math conference t-shirts.
Okay, so a few more years, so the numbers switch.
That's right. I need a little bit more Wiki3 years to get some more Wiki3 wear. Anyways, welcome to everyone. Here we are again. We're in August. The August Ask Aleš. Nice alliteration. August Ask Aleš. Anything.
Summer edition. on Northern Hemisphere, at least.
That's right. Yes. For those who are down under or in South America, and it's chilly for you. Chile in Chile. Sorry.
I envy you at the moment.
Yeah, that's right. Aleš is dying of the heat. I mean, you're at the sea, but it's still hot, right?
Yeah. We have to stay hydrated. So
definitely stay hydrated. Yes, that's right. Yes, I just ran off to get my TARDIS coffee. That's not exactly hydration, though, is it?
Well, I have both, so it's like.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's right.
Both king size.
So we have some people in the house. We have a couple of Irishmen here. Patty Waldron and John Tyner have both joined us. Sue Crerer is here, and Fiordalisi. Good to see you, Anne. She already said hi to Finnegan. Hey, Finn. Oh, Finn just lying down. And we have a few others who haven't said hi yet in the chat. But whether you're watching us live in the chat or you're watching us afterwards, thank you for joining us. This is always fun getting to talk to Aleš and delve into the depths of his mind as he shows us some of the guts and some of the cool stuff behind Wiki3 and WikiTree Plus. We have 6 questions already in the GGG post, so that's great. But those of you who are here live in the chat, if you want to ask us questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and in the comments there, and we will get to those as well. But I think we will start off. I'll start off. I'll present the question, and then you take over and show show how we get the answers. So the very first, I can't believe we keep on using that photo of me. Okay, so the first one is from Anonymous Farnham. Anonymous is undertaking a one-place study for Clavering, Essex, England. And how could they use WikiTree Plus to find out the currently most connected profile to Clavering, so I can build out their CC7? So they want someone who's already pretty built out, and they want to go even further. Thinking they'll have more luck, I guess, with someone who has a high CC7 to start with. And there's a couple of people have made suggestions. You wanted the profile for a particular event. And he says he wants to add everyone in the 1841 census. And they've been searching for 30 years from 1805, building up their families. Then one profile seems to be highly connected. So he was wondering if there was a way of calculating if he was the most connected to Clavering at different points in times, and then build out from there. So
it's actually not possible because we have 35 million profiles, and CC7 should be calculated for each one of them. separately. So that's a lot of calculation to do. At the moment, we do that for all users on Wiki3. So that's approximately, I think, 300,000 are connected to the tree, and for those we calculate CC7. And for notables, and that's another 80,000 profiles, I think. So approximately 500,000 profiles do have info on their CC7 pre-calculated. For the rest, it's not, and it's actually, so it's not possible to query by that information. We were discussing this. It is on a long-term to-do list to actually perform, do the CC7 calculation for all profiles on a weekly basis, for instance, because I think it would take approximately 20 hours of calculations to do it for all profiles. So maybe at some point we will extend that if there will be a lot of such requests.
Right.
But for now, it's not possible.
Yeah. So it's not a field in the database right now that you can just sort of query directly.
Just for users and for notables.
Right. Right.
And those are displayed on the profile also, that number.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So now, is there, if you did a list, let's see, is there a table or a list just in WikiTree itself where it shows, like if you did a search for everyone who is in clavering, let's see, in the one place study, like a My Connections or something like that, it wouldn't show the CC7 in a table anywhere.
No.
Okay.
No, we don't have that information because it's too many profiles to do that.
I can see the benefit. It would be nice if it was something that could be calculated even just once a week, so we know it's a maximum a week at a day.
I mean, I'm very interested in who is most connected, whose CC7 is the biggest.
Yes.
Because we don't know that until we do such calculations. So.
So you think it, like, I mean, we have the top CC7 users. We already know that. Like, isn't there? Patty,
we also have the top. We have for notables. We have top CC7s, and most likely those are most connected profiles. But I'm not sure.
But we don't know, right?
Yeah.
It could be someone who's just Joe average, but just has lots of friends who are notable and famous.
Or maybe some relative of those most connected notables that is not notable, but does connect to another branch. It could get a bit higher.
Right.
The number
could
be
the fifth cousin of the most notable married the fifth cousin of the second most notable.
Most notable, and there you have it.
That's an interesting question. Okay. So sorry, Anonymous Farnham, we don't have a solution for that right now. Though the good news is that it is on the list of things to consider for the future. So maybe at some point we will. But that's an excellent question, and that's a neat thing to think about. Okay, Patty has asked, he's got a couple questions in here. Patty's always good for asking a few questions, challenging us. Betsy Coe recently asked those who participated in the ROC events to complete a questionnaire and make suggestions. This was my idea for a possible improvement. I'm sure that WikiTree Plus, or Aleš, could generate a map showing the places where the ancestors currently on WikiTree of the 5 ROC subjects, because currently we pick 5 people each month or each time we do the ROC event to check out. The ancestors currently of the 5 ROC subjects were born or married or died. I'd be more likely to sign up if I saw a direct link from the GDG to such a map and discovered that one of my subjects had ancestors from parts of Ireland with which I'm most familiar. I'm less likely to do my own individual checks of all 5 participants. Maybe Aleš could demonstrate how to do this during the live cast, combining the places associated with a list of 5 profiles into one map rather than 5 individual maps. Okay.
Just freshen my memory. Rock is what you are just doing, the ancestors or CC7?
It's CC7. We're expanding out their CC7. So,
okay.
But I think he's suggesting if we just look at the ancestors, you know, the ancestors of the rock subjects, because that would sort of give you a general idea of where they came from. And of course, the CC7 could go all over the world, but if we had that as the starting point, is what he's thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite easy to do, actually.
Okay.
Let's see. So, okay, kids.
That was interesting.
So, actually, you can use regular search and query for ancestors equals me, for instance. Get profiles, so we will get 90 ancestors of mine, and you can show a map for them. This is the complete, all my ancestors where they lived.
Right.
So mostly in Slovenia, some are in Croatia, but okay, mostly in Slovenia. Now, if you want to do all at once, you can do like this, or
with the orb
equals
Clarke with an E.
It's not here.
What's that? Oh,
I will get your. I don't know the number.
CLARKE, and then 11007.
Yeah. Okay, here you are.
Oh,
copy ID.
11007.
It's easier this way.
It's such a cool number. I just don't even give it.
So, okay, it's cool. And let's search for it. Get profiles. So now we have more than 500, so we should increase there. Oh, you have huge ancestry.
Oh well, yeah, that's all my French Canadians go all the way back to Europe, and then some of those have some royal connections eventually. Go back. Yeah.
Okay, so you can combine the queries for different users, get all the ancestors on the same map, and then you display the map for them. So now this should, I hope it will still fit the limits. Yeah, 6,000 profiles were added because not all of them have locations, most likely.
Whoa.
So this is your ancestry. Oh,
that's
huge.
That's wild. I have no idea of any ancestors I have in Australia. What? Birth date 387? What?
Okay, if you would check this one, it is your ancestor most likely.
Okay. Hap Tudwell. Well, is that like an ancient Irish king? Must be.
Yeah, 370. How was he in Come on.
That doesn't make any
That's
sense.
not in Australia. Yeah. Okay, the
No.
location is lousy. There is no country, no nothing. Just some town. Probably a mansion or something like that.
Born in Garth Madrin. Where Garth Madrin. So I click on the link there.
And there is something named like that in Argentina.
I see. Now, is there, when you do the ancestors equals Clarke, for example, is there a way to limit it to just those from, say, 1500 on or something?
No, not directly, but you can combine the queries.
Okay, because I mean, realistically speaking, if we're talking about a challenge, then we probably wouldn't worry. We wouldn't be worrying, or wouldn't be using ancestors that are farther back than 1500, unless you really, well, I guess if you're certified.
Okay, so we could actually combine. I could do it like ancestors Clarke and CC7 Clarke.
Oh,
without ant is automatically used. So a combination of these two queries will give you just your ancestors in your
7 degrees.
CC7.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yep.
So now we have
that's a much more manageable number.
90 are mine and the rest are yours.
Okay, and if we look at that map, that should be more realistic because most of those should have good locations, I think.
Yeah, it's Canada and then England.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I have some
Acadians. So it is possible. So when Betsy will prepare the challenge, she can also construct such query and provide a link for it.
There you go, John.
On the page.
That's possible. Good. I never thought of combining the anding the ancestors with the CC7. That's brilliant. You just come up with that on the spot?
Well, you have to combine queries.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they are for.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I have a few other solutions, but this one is the quickest.
That is the quickest. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And especially considering, well, if we're worrying about, if we're focus is on the CC7 anyways, then you're right. Why bother going past 7 generations? There you go, Patty. I think hope that answered your question sufficiently. I haven't even been looking in the chat yet to see. So, we've got a question here from Robert. So let me flag that, Robert, and then we'll go. We'll get to your question after this next one here. Okay. So Kathy Nava, she sent me a question. She sent me a message on Discord yesterday just to make sure she could phrase the question the way she wanted it to. She says, "Why am I getting new suggestions that are new to me? It's like the first time I've ever seen them, but they're for an old profile that's been around for a long time." So the example they gave was that this profile for Avery Hunt was created in 2020, but it's the first time that she's seen it in the 612 suggestion list for United Kingdom on WikiTree Plus. So
probably the profile was edited and the date was added, and that 612, I think, is the use of United Kingdom too early, and if a profile got a date at a later time, then it became a suggestion. Until there is no date, I can't really make a suggestion that UK shouldn't be used because I don't know the time frame for it.
So something had to have happened in the profile.
Well, you can check the history of this profile, and you will see most likely it was.
Let's see what happened.
Recently edited.
Added a child, edit the data, edit the birthplace. Okay. This looks like someone's fixed it.
But that was in, no, that was in April 2020. That's way back. Well, it is edited the data. Probably the second edit was maybe date was
This
entered
here?
or something like that. Data. No. First name. Yeah. No date. Yeah, location. Well, someone added United Kingdom for 17th century.
Ah, that right there. Look at that.
The reason is can be a bit hidden, but it is somewhere in the change log.
So
Most likely there was a recent change where the error was introduced and
right,
caused the suggestion.
right. And just looking at the comment, it wasn't at all obvious what happened, right? You really have to go deep into the change log to see to view the difference.
Well, first thing is to see if the profile was recently edited.
Exactly.
Then you have to check the edits. There is, we do have a bug in the biography related to the privacy of a profile. So if a profile was, for instance, once opened and then it became private and changed during the time that it was private or unlisted, and then later it was opened again, I don't get those changes in the biography. So there could be some ghost suggestions that should eventually they do disappear eventually once the profile is edited or something like that. So those are not permanent, but those are pretty rare to occur. Because you don't, if someone is born in 17th century, this profile is always open. So
right,
that can't be the case in this profile.
Okay. So let's look at Robert. Robert's here live with us in the chat. He says, can WikiTree Plus find all of the recent profile additions, say over the last year, with a birthplace of, say, Halifax, Yorkshire, England? So first of all, my comment is I didn't realize there was a Halifax in England. I only know about Halifax in Nova Scotia, Canada. But that wasn't his question.
Can I copy this?
I
don't think so. So I'll have to type it.
I'll put it in the chat. I'll type it in the chat here. Halifax, Yorkshire, England. There you go. In our private chat, you can copy the string from there.
Okay. Cool. It should be faster. And I have to share my screen.
Yes.
So, okay, location is this. We can get profiles for that. It's 12,000 of them. So I did recently. I did create a possibility to query by 2 additional fields. If we scroll down to SQL section, so oops, too far. Go back. Okay, so profile creation. So here I used to have created year field available. Now I also have created date field published and latest date field. So actually this would be created in last month, for instance. So here, come on, close it.
Would you edit the text?
Now the remote is internet connection is not the best. Okay.
Oh no.
Here we are. So if I paste this query here and say the date for 24, okay, so let's, okay, last month, this should do it.
Okay. He said over the last year is what he was looking for, but we could just look at the last month for now.
Okay, last year is 0101. So it's month and day.
Right. Okay.
Okay, and query, and we will get a bit less probably. So these profiles were created this year.
That's much easier. 1,200 as opposed to 12,000. Good.
There is a possibility that a profile was created earlier and got just the location within the last year. So those would be missed by this query. So you should actually check the edited,
yeah.
the last edit date. So for instance, this would return all the profiles that were edited, that have these locations and were edited last year, this year actually.
Okay.
So these are new possibilities that are now possible. Good thing this wasn't asked last month, I would say.
Oh, no. Really? This is just brand new, eh? That's really impressive when you think about it. You know, so we can ask for, well, I mean, you used a location, but almost any query you can narrow it down by when it was created or when it was last edited. That's very powerful.
Even your CC7, for instance.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, I love that idea. Okay. Patty said that
so let's
missed
try
something.
It. CC7 equals.
Oh, okay. You're going to try that. Okay, let's go ahead. Ooh.
Okay. So 225 profiles.
Oh.
These were edited this year and they're in your CC7.
Ah, neat. I recognize many of them. Natris. Where's Natris? Oh, I don't remember where he's from.
Okay, something to play after.
Yeah, that's very good. Overland. Yeah. Very cool. I made a connection with a distant DNA cousin who was overland, who actually stayed in England, is in the same location where the overland, my paternal grandmother was on overland, was her last name. Interesting. Okay, more things to play around with. Patty said that there was a second part to the question. Well, actually, first of all, he says, you answered the question that he should have asked, as well as the question that he actually did ask. Because what he meant to ask was a map of the CC7, but you showed him the map of the ancestors, which is what he actually asked for. So it's kind of funny.
Both is possible unless you have CC7 into tens of thousands, because I think I only display 40,000 profiles or 10. I don't remember the exact limit.
That's right. And I'm thinking that, especially if you've got 5 different people, I think if we limit it to the ancestors, that's where, you know, the bulk of the branches branch off from the ancestors. So I think that map would look a little more, would be more realistic, because most CC7s, it's just like a massive solid United States, you know, quite a bit of Canada and, you know, like in other places. So it doesn't discriminate very well if you look at the CC7 map, but an ancestors map is much more discriminatory. So I think it'd be easier.
But you can also do ancestor plus one nuclear relative, for instance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I can show it because it's not that simple, but
okay.
So what did we have? Well, we had ancestors. of you and your CC7. So this query returned, I think, a few hundred.
Yeah.
And now there is another special query.
Okay.
Okay, I opened it. I will need it a few times. The relation one. So I could add nuclear. I would use query add nuclear.
Ooh, look at that.
So here where is it? Oh, I opened in the same window. Go back. So this query will produce 170 profiles, and now I add a relation
TION
equals add nuclear.
Oops. You did
Oops,
it highlighted
it wrong.
Yeah, it
Yep. Okay.
There we go. Now do the paste. There we go.
Okay, like that. And now it will add for those 170 people, it will add their nuclear family to the results.
Just one branch out.
What did I do wrong?
Did you?
Again, it's lagging to me again. Text search and get profiles. So it's 600. So these are your ancestors and their families. Nuclear one.
Here we go.
You can see here. So CC7 produced 1,100 profiles. Ancestors produced 7,000.
That's crazy.
The intersection between them is 170 profile, and we added a nuclear family, and that totals to 670 profiles.
Very cool.
So yeah, this search log usually has nice numbers in them.
Yeah, that's neat.
Especially for technical aspects of the query. Because you can, for instance, here open this to open profiles.
Oh, yeah.
And now we will, as you will see. Did I click? No, get profiles. And now this, there is, oh, it's just cached. I did it twice. Yeah, right. So let's start with open profiles. Get profiles.
Okay.
So we started with 32 million profiles and crossed that with, and so on.
Wow. So I had, what was it, 171 before? So I lost 7.
Yeah, probably there are some private or public ones in the list.
Interesting. Okay. Patty said that there was a follow-up that we missed in that original, that there was one Wiki3 ID that's not working for him. Sans souci. Let me type, I'll put that over in our private chat so you can copy that text. It's got, oh, wait a second. No, I spelled that wrong.
Okay, I did, no problem. So see, yeah.
It's an underscore and then a dash.
Yeah, okay, I know, I did notice the underscore, but it doesn't really matter. They can be both underscores.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
I didn't know
that. So what, wait, what was the previous, so ancestors of this person, or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, let me just, here's the question. I try to get the query. Yeah, so he had done the WikiTree ID equals in the 5 different names, including Sanssouci. Oh, and he says for some reason the WikiTree Plus fails to pick up the Waraki with an underscore in his WikiTree ID.
Well, I did, and it did find it. You can always, when in doubt, you can also put it in the query in double quotes.
Okay.
But the result will be the same here. So he should actually provide the exact URL he used, what query he used, because it's maybe if he didn't put the underscore in.
Oh.
No, but this way it works. While if I don't use the double quotes, then it doesn't.
It wouldn't. Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
So double quotes are usually, when you are in doubt, use them, and it will. Then you can also use blank space for in the Wiki3 ID.
Yeah.
Maybe with minus, but I think it works. I do all. Oh, actually, no, but it's not minus. It's blank or underscore.
Blank or underscore. Yeah.
It's never minus sign.
Oh, and he's saying it's with WikiTree ID equals. Ancestors seem to work, but WikiTree ID equals doesn't seem to work.
Wiki3 ID equals. Okay, it doesn't work.
Okay. Well, Patty, I'm glad you were here to clarify that. Oh no, look at that. It works with the space.
Yep. Yeah.
It's inside quotes. That's
Yeah, usually, I mean, underscore is a default replacement for any character, but in some cases I don't. I mean, I use the underscore it's usually for the separate, used instead of separators, but in some cases I don't. I actually don't use them, and it seems for Wiki3 ID I don't.
Okay.
But you can use double quotes and it will find it. So with blank.
Well, I just tried the I did the I have the WikiTree browser extension, and so it has these little copy from the top. And when I do the copy ID, it does include the underscore.
Okay, I can have a look and see why it doesn't work and correct it. So it will, but because I have many different. I mean, I parse this text in many different ways. So
right.
For the relations and so on, I know that it should be a full Wiki3 ID. While okay, I can check. I know why it doesn't show, but I can probably correct that.
Okay. So in the short term, then I guess, Patty, the solution is if the underscores don't work, put them inside quotes and use the space. But yeah, ideally, since I mean, I don't know for others, but I use that copy like all the time.
It would work also like this.
Like, oh, let me switch back to you. Like what?
So because it searches.
You seen one song?
Because it searches as for it as 2 words, sun and sourcey one.
Wow.
That's the reason why it wasn't found with underscore. But I did resolve that problem in category search and many others. So I can. But this Wiki3 was one of the first. Wiki3 ID was one of the first queries. So I think it might.
You haven't gone back to that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how many of us have gone back to the very first few profiles we created on Wiki3, which are probably a mess?
You return just if there is a problem, like like this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a good one, Patty, bringing that up. We have some more questions in the GGG, but Anne has a really quick one. I mean, it's a quick one because it's an easy one to answer. On WikiTree Plus, after a thon, I'd like to see my PM and my profiles I created. My PM, my profile managers. Oh, I guess probably the profiles where she's the profile manager, the ones that she's created from her thon. And you've already created a keyword that does that. And I'm pretty sure you've showed this up before, but maybe you can just refresh our memory for Anne's sake.
So the easiest way to do this is to go to, come on. Okay. So if you go just to Wiki3, so if you go to the latest Data Doctors report, go on. Yeah. Well, will it move? So you have here in the news section, there is an explanation on how to find profiles that were created. So during the Connectathon 20 from the third Connectathon. So you actually have to use profile list equals connect in double quotes Connectathon and the code which is 2024-03. You can also check the previous one by using 02 and so on. So you can get so these are all profiles that were created during the ton. It's 88,000 of them. And then if we add I don't know, manager equals not Sanssouci, but let's have
probably
Clarke.
not Sanssouci. Well, I mean, actually, I think Rick might have participated.
These are all the profiles that are managed by Clarke, by Greg, and were created during the ton.
Those are the ones, yeah.
So if he, but this does actually check the manager field. So if you want, but there is also a possibility. So if he orphaned some profiles after he created them, you should actually then use the created, creator or something like that. I think
it's creator.
Let's see here. Category, domain, manager. It should be here somewhere. Creator, like this, creator equals. So, creator Clarke.
Creator Clarke.
Profiles. And now, how many were before?
35, yeah.
Or?
Yeah, I'm not very good at.
You didn't orphan any, but if you did orphan, this way you can find the profiles you created during the ton.
I like that. Yeah. There we go.
I think that was the question, right?
Yep, that was it. There you go, Anne. There's your solution. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to oh, you already switched the things. Kathy, okay, we did that one. She had another question. If a correction has been made for a suggestion, then why is it showing up again? And I know we've had that happen. It's showing up on the DBE under 612 for United Kingdom as status box. And then Jeffrey's actually, I think, already answered. I think it's the same issue as before. Someone had put United Kingdom back. Yeah, and then so that's the same issue as the previous one. Let's see, is this different? When clearing the suggestions, again from Kathy Nava, I've noticed that if I click the fixed or false button on the bottom of the profile, it takes about 5 minutes for that profile to come off of the suggestion list. If I click the status button on the suggestion list, the profile will disappear right away. It has been more than 30 minutes since I clicked the fix button on the bottom of this profile. And he plus all the other 34 suggestions are still showing on the list of DBE warning 647. So I guess it's a timing of when things go on.
Okay, so no, it's every 5 minutes. So on edit page you have suggestions listed at the bottom, and you can there set a status corrected or false suggestions or something like that. And those get stored into Wiki3 database, and every 5 minutes I pull the data from Wiki3 for all the suggestions, for all the clicks that were made. And I update the Wiki3 Plus database with those suggestions, so it also knows that those were corrected, because the queries for a suggestion usually are performed on Wiki3 Plus. So that's the 5 minute gap where those suggestions could be delayed. The same goes for the other way around. So if you correct a suggestion on Wiki3 Plus, within 5 minutes it will be replicated to Wiki3 database, and it will disappear from the edit page if it was corrected on Wiki3 Plus. So it doesn't really matter where you hit the corrected button. On both ends it counts. Now occasionally this synchronization falls out of the something breaks, and those are not replicated immediately. I think that was the case yesterday or the day before. But don't worry, when I will fix the reason, those will get synchronized. So as long as you
the changes are never lost, they're just maybe delayed. Okay,
the synchronization can be delayed.
Right. And is the synchronization 5 minutes in both directions?
Yes, I do both at the same time.
Okay, it's not like the 30-minute what's the third?
No, it's a different timer that updates just this table. I mean,
right.
I have 5 minutes. I have several timers, but the 5 minute one does most of the updates. It updates the suggestions in both directions. It updates most of the reports. Some reports are updated each hour. Then during the thon, I import the change logs and do all the necessary math to get the results each 5 minutes. Then it monitors for comments on managed profiles of some projects. It also monitors change log for some projects. So, and those get forwarded to to Discord channel. Then it also updates all the changes in the batch assignment. So if you get a batch, then within 5 minutes the channel in Discord will open for you associated with that batch, and so on. So a lot is done every 5 minutes. Then some operations are by hour or once a day, or 3 calendars, for instance, are updated 4 times a day, I think. And so, I mean, it's different triggers that take care of the synchronization.
So Patty's found some Canadian stuff, so that's great news.
Greg, are you delighted?
I am very delighted. I am. Yes. Yeah, his great grandfather. Well, I'm not delighted that his grandfather left his family in Ireland. It would have been nicer if he brought his family with him to Canada, but he was discovered in Holy Cross Hospital, Calgary, Northwest Territory, Canada. No, that's interesting. Calgary is not in the Northwest Territories; it's in Alberta.
Is there another Calgary?
I don't think so. But let me think now. When did Alberta become a province? it may not have become a province until 1905 or 1907. Oh, let's see. When did Alberta, because it was not one of the original 4 provinces, become a province? September 1st, 1905. Look at that. And this was 29th of July, 1905. So before Alberta was an official province, all of that, I'm not going to say dead space because that'll offend all of the people on the prairies. All of the space between Ontario and British Columbia were part of what was the Northwest Territories. And we used to have the Northwest Mounted Police, which was the precursor to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, the RCMP, the Mounties that wear the red uniforms and the big hats and ride around the horses that you might be familiar with. Anyways, their precursor was the Northwest Mounted Police, and all of that area in between Ontario and BC until we got the 3 prairie provinces was known as the Northwest Territory. So he is accurate by 2, basically, by a month and a few days. It was Calgary in the 29th of July was part of the Northwest Territories. Yeah, and Alberta was one of its districts, but it wasn't a province yet. There we go. Very good, very good, very good. Well, he actually answered. I didn't even need to. I just needed to read further. Sorry. Sorry, Patty. That's very impressive. Okay, but his place of death. He died in the Northwest Territories, but by the time news of his death was published, his place of death was no longer part of the Northwest Territories. His map interpreted the Northwest Territories abbreviation, but placed it on the northern coast of what remains the Northwest Territories. So the issue is that the point on the map is going to the wrong place. So he edited it so it said Calgary, Alberta, Northwest Territories. And will that move it to the right place? So let's go to his profile and see what he's got here. So died in Holy Cross Hospital, Calgary, Alberta, Northwest Territories, Canada. And if we click on...
Hospital shouldn't be in the location field, but...
Yeah, but somehow it's found the Holy Cross. Oh, because, well, that was the Google search, right?
This is Google search, yeah.
Yeah. But will that... Where do we go here? If we did a WikiTree...
You can go to 3 apps.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Select Wiki3 Plus.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see what happens here. Showing 2 profiles. What would the other one be? Like his wife? Johanna Buckley?
It's nuclear family, so it's him and first relatives.
There we go. Yeah, they're Northwest Territories. So that is actually part of the current day Northwest Territories. Yeah. So, but you showed us before that we can actually edit that, right?
Yes, you can click on this point. And there you have death place and correct death location. Correct death location. Okay, so now what I need to do is find out where Calgary find
is.
This hospital. No, because you will correct just the hospital one.
Okay, let's see. There's Calgary. Now, should I just zoom in on? Should I just click on Calgary, or should I zoom in right where the hospital is?
You should click on the Holy Cross Hospital if you want to be precise.
Okay, and can I get to that from here?
Yes, just zoom in, but
that's a lot of zooming. I don't know
if you know where it is.
Where was it? Okay, let's see. Where are the cross streets? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's Highway 2.
Which hospital is that?
Highway 2 and Highway 8. A little bit to the
Holy Cross site, Holy Cross Center, medicals. Who knows? That was 200 years ago.
Yeah.
It can be anything.
Well, we could guess that it might be the same. It's around there, actually.
Well, okay, you can just click somewhere on Calgary. I mean,
there we go. I think it's
can
be
corrected later if someone really wants to.
Yeah, we're getting close, I think. Wasn't it up around here? Let's see. Okay, we're gonna just stay here. Except now we've lost. Now I've lost him.
Yeah, I think you lost the. But try. Well, click it anyway. I mean, it might work.
No.
No, you already did some clicking.
I did something else.
So go back to the profile.
So yeah, Patty, you know what? So we could leave this as an exercise to Patty to do. So see, Patty, that's what you need to do. You go into WikiTree Plus, you click on, see, now I'm on a Mac. I'm just using my trackpad on my Mac. If you had a mouse with a scroll wheel, I think this would be a lot faster.
Yeah, it's easy.
But I do not have a mouse with a scroll wheel, so I'm using my pinch to zoom on my trackpad on my Mac, and that's a lot slower process. So where did Nolan go? Come on, Nolan. Where are those dots? You click on
there.
So Patty, here's what you have to do. This is your homework. Click on this death dot, click correct location, enter. And now we need to click on where it really should be. So I guess if I just clicked on Calgary right now, shouldn't that have done it?
It should, but I don't know why it didn't. Don't tell me it's not working again.
Click, enter. Oh, there we go.
You click?
Well,
okay,
I hit the
now
enter. I didn't actually click on the word enter. So click on the word enter. And then now I can click on
the icon. The cursor changes, and you will set the correction for this exact location forum. So
okay. So now, so I've got it into Calgary or close to Calgary. So your job, Patty, is to now re-edit it to make it even more precise to where the hospital is or was.
But we don't actually do plotting in such
no, we don't.
precise manner, but it is possible.
But if he wanted to, he could.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could also with this. Let me share the screen. Yeah, so there is another fancy tool that I probably showed already, but recently we do have location breakdown. So you can check the location breakdown for Calgary, and you will get 265 different forums of where Calgary is used. So here you can see Alberta, Canada is the most common one, but there are also actually
there were some Northwest territories.
Likely. I mean, it was entered there.
Yeah.
So that one is definitely visible, shown here. It was what hospital somewhere, some hospital.
It was Holy Cross.
So that's it's just a single entry. So Holy Cross Hospital, Calgary, New Southwest, Canada, and it's recognized only as Canada. Not even it was not even New Southwest, because it shouldn't be abbreviated. It should be written out.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Well, we don't abbreviate on Wiki3, except US and UK. USA and UK, I think, are the only two exceptions that were agreed upon.
Makes sense.
Well, okay. I mean, a lot of people don't know what NWT stands for.
NWT, what would that mean? Not a whit.
If you are from Canada, you probably do, but
okay, yeah.
Before
Now, Patty
I
said
started to use Wiki3, I had no idea of
no.
that.
Yeah.
And
North.
here you can also analyze only the right part. So we
Oh,
will.
nice.
So we see all the possible endings of Calgary. So
Right.
still, there is 3 times. It's just new WT. And new
AB.
WT Canada. I don't
Yeah.
see it, but it should be.
Yeah, and AB should be Alberta. Yeah, AB is the short form for the province when you mail a letter, right?
Yeah.
The postal address.
AB, and I like this ABCA.
ABCA.
Now.
Almost ABBA. Yeah, there's a few of them.
So this is a good Northwest Territories, Canada. So
oh, interesting. With a dash or without a dash, huh?
And here you see the statistics, so you can decide which one is more common to use.
Right. Okay, that's good.
Okay. Yes. Actually, you have here the links for left, right.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Because you can also analyze only the left part of Calgary. So you see all you probably will see all the areas of Calgary, and so that.
Oh wow! Look
they
at
should
that.
be those should be used here. Okay.
I think we don't have any other questions in the chat, and I believe we've gone through all the ones in the
G2G. Oh, there was one was in last month edition, I think.
Oh, wait a second. Beverly's asking.
As I remember.
Beverly had a question. She said it's her first time watching Ask Aleš. Welcome, Beverly. She's not a WikiTree newt, but she's not used WikiTree much. Can someone point to me a primer? I would say if you watch some of the previous versions of Ask Aleš, there was, especially when we first started out, we went through some of the basics of WikiTree Plus. So I would say you could start with some of those videos, watching it that way, Beverly. And also, if you open up WikiTree Plus and start playing, Aleš has built a lot of help into the question marks. If you click on a question mark anywhere, you'll get a huge help file with examples of things that you can type into. So between those two things, I would say is a good starter. And if you're on Discord, you can ask anyone questions, and there's lots of people who've used WikiTree Plus who'll be happy to help you as well. So that would be my suggestions for things to start out. Okay. So so you said there was a question from last month.
I think a few days ago, someone posted to the
July 26th.
No, the last.
So July. Now we're in July. So something.
Yeah, this one was asked 1 week ago, right?
1 week ago, yeah, from Alan. He wants a list of unsourced profiles for persons born in Australia where the death date is given in full year, month, and day. I've tried the following, but get profiles with a blank death date. So unsourced profiles, but the death date, it's a full death date. So it's not so the death date is actually known.
Yes, so but not the actual day of month. So as I understood, only the profiles with death year.
No, he wants them that have full dates, so a full year, a month, and a day.
Okay.
So he wants profiles. They're not sourced, but they have a very specific death date. So I guess that because that would make it's probably likely that he can find a source if he knows a specific date to look for.
Okay, so this is the correct query.
Okay.
It's just possible. I don't know. Scroll. Did I answer this one?
Linda said returns almost 2,700 profiles. I have not D0. That if you don't have, I do not have to. That you do.
Yeah. D0 means that there is no death date.
Oh, okay. Not D0. Because I guess he said he's still getting some that have blank death dates, even with that query. So she suggested that you add the not D0 along with the other
okay.
aspects.
That's cool. But wait, didn't I answer this?
You answered the next one. So with Margaret.
There are two questions. Cool.
There are two questions. Okay. Should we go back?
Okay, so let's return to the first one.
Let's go back to Alan.
The query is unsourced. Wait, let me just find this query. G2G. Where is it? It's on my computer.
Do you want me to put the link in the private chat?
No longer here. I will find it. So it's July 24.
Yeah.
And the query is... there were two. I thought it was only once.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to generic search. And let's search for Australia. Unsourced Australia. Okay. And SQL not that data string like so get profiles. We have, let's see, 5,000 Australia, unsourced Australia, and it's reduced to 3,700, but that is correct. Those are in.
They're blank.
So, yep, because it's if there is no date, then it's also 8 zeros, I think.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean the Linda's suggestion is okay. We should just add not that date 0, but it should be at the end. So get profiles.
Okay.
There
we go.
I think Linda wrote it before the SQL query.
She did. Yeah.
And that means that D0 and SQL are first the end operation between them is performed. So only the ones without the date were removed, but there could be now first query is 5,000 and D0 returns 11 million profiles, and not operation 3. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I did. I'm not sure, but it's safer to put.
So does it matter where you put it or no?
Yeah, I think I did some. I did some special handling of not in case of if the SQL query is not. I think it's not affected by the not operator. So.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the result is no. Was it the same result? It wasn't.
They were both 49. It looks like, yeah.
No, this is 2,604. And in this case...
How come it says what am I reading the 49 there? Oh, that's 49 pages.
Yeah. It's it's same.
Okay.
No, it's the same. Yeah, I think the SQL query, because it's actually slow, because it has to be performed on each record, is done as the last operation. So I first, regardless of where you put the not, I first do this part of the query, and then the results are processed for the with the SQL.
Makes
condition.
sense.
This is a special case, but most people won't really
Okay. Well, there you go.
realize it.
Okay.
Okay, and the second question
The second question was, and this is one you did answer, from Margaret Beers. I'd like to ask a question about the suggestion list. Within the Netherlands, we have about 20,000 profiles with error 965, which is a link error 404. Because I would like to know which archives or URLs are within those 20,000 profiles, and if I can make clusters of it. So I have a need to download those records, but I can see that you can download the results of text searches. However, this option I don't see for suggestions. Am I overlooking something?
No, there is no table download for suggestions, because I didn't really see a point to make a long-term list of suggestions, because it changes each week.
Every time you fix it, yeah, that's right.
Or as soon as someone fixes something. I do have some possibility, but I didn't decide to actually create a full export of them. Because I already have the suggestion reports done by country, by project, and so on. So most of those suggestions are already separated by one.
Okay. Finnegan decides he wants to come back in. Come on, Finnegan.
But
so for that specific suggestion, is there a way for her to get a list of the URLs that are broken?
I don't think so. No, I don't have. I'm just checking if I have a possibility to group by a domain.
Oh, yeah.
In the search results, but I don't have that possibility. Because there are many domains of each profile, and it's then also almost impossible to group. But on the reports, if you click there for Netherlands report, the automated page, you will see that the suggestions are sorted, so you get the results domain by domain. So
okay.
You can actually, just by viewing the page, you can see which domain occur often.
Okay.
But I answered with the possibility to search for a specific domain on a profile, because all domains that are used in links are searchable. So you can search for any domain, and you will get all the profiles that links to that domain.
Right. Yeah, you give an example there, right? For and I click find. Is it find suggestions I want?
Yes. Not suggestion. Okay, it's also in suggestions, but it's you can okay, this is what she wanted. Here you get all the these are all the suggestions using this domain. Oh, sorry, I told it incorrectly. That was the first idea of the answer, but afterwards I remembered that the info column in suggestions is searchable. So if you go back to this report, you will. So here the info, the domain is listed in. Actually, full URL is listed in the info column for the suggestions. So you can, in a suggestion search, you can search for this text, and you will get only 4 or 4 errors for on this domain.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So this is all possible. You could also add part of the path, so BCF families only, and you will get only those links with that word in it.
I put my fingers on the right keys. There we go. That seems like the same number, doesn't it?
Most likely, since all
Maybe they were all the
profiles.
same.
Yeah, maybe there's 1-2 difference or not.
Oh yeah, I guess they were all BC families. Okay. Very cool.
So this is a way to analyze the all the links with this.
Okay. And I think that gets to the end of our questions. It's 10:16. Is there anything that's new that you really want to talk about, or should we postpone that till our September?
Actually, I already showed the new stuff.
Yeah, you did.
The new thing.
So you've shown us
now
a lot.
What's new? They have the dates, so it's easier to check what's new recently.
It is. That's great. Great stuff.
So.
Yeah. Well, fantastic stuff as always, Aleš. Thanks for showing us all that stuff. This was a very informative session today. Oh, wait a second. Did someone sneak in a question right at the end there? Oh, Bev did say that she's on Discord, so yes, you can help. Oh, and Roy's saying that we got the time wrong, so I'm not sure about that. But we'll have to make sure. We'll have to double check that timing next time.
Well, UTC is England time, I think, and it's 2:00 in England, right?
Or does England go on daylight savings times? Is that an off from, like, UTC is Greenwich time?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. They have 1 hour less than we do. Also, when we switch to the summer time, so it's
okay. Well, we'll have to double check that. But I know it's 9:00 Eastern time, New York, Toronto time. So if you use one of those time converters, you can go from there and find the right time. Sorry, Roy, that we missed you.
Or it's 3 in the afternoon in Central European time. So that's where I'm from.
And what's Maven was saying? I found an issue with WikiTree Plus maps that is still occurring. The Norwegian county of Oppland, it's a big area, or in any city within it, shows up in one property called Oppland and a farm named Oppland. So that's a lot of Opplands. Well, I suppose you could do the same thing that we just showed.
Yeah, you can correct the correct the location. Is that farm in Oppland?
Oppland, yeah. They weren't very original. Oppland. There we go. Anyways, thanks very much. That was great. We will see you again here the first Wednesday of September, I believe. That works for you.
Yep.
Works for me.
Most likely.
Hope that works for everyone else who's joining us. Thanks again. Keep those questions coming. And as you saw, if you don't want to wait for the September post, G2G post, you can always add them at the end of the August one, because we will usually remember to go back and look at the end of last month to see if there were new questions asked. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you around. See you, Aleš.
Bye.
Bye.